The Titanic, a marvel of early 20th century engineering, was conceived by the White Star Line to be the largest and most luxurious liner ever built. Construction began in 1909 at the Harland and Wolff shipyard in Belfast, Ireland, where thousands of workers toiled for over 2 years. The ship's massive hull was divided into 16 watertight compartments, leading many to believe she was practically unsinkable. Lavish suites, elegant dining saloons, and a grand staircase adorned with intricate carvings evoked the atmosphere of a floating palace. Passengers could enjoy amenities such as a swimming pool, a gymnasium, and even a squash court. The ship was equipped with the latest technology, including a wireless telegraph system and electric lights throughout. The Titanic represented the pinnacle of luxury travel and captured the imagination of people around the world. Her construction marked a pivotal moment in maritime history, pushing the boundaries of shipbuilding. Little did anyone know that this symbol of opulence would soon become a tragic reminder of the sea's unforgiving power. On April 10, 1912, the RMS Titanic embarked on her maiden voyage from Southampton, England, bound for New York City. Over 2,200 souls were aboard, a mix of passengers and crew from diverse backgrounds. First-class passengers, including prominent figures like John Jacob Astor IV and Benjamin Guggenheim, enjoyed unparalleled luxury. They indulged in gourmet meals, attended lavish parties, and reveled in the ship's opulent amenities. Second-class passengers enjoyed comfortable accommodations and a taste of the finer things. For the hundreds of third-class passengers, the Titanic represented a chance for a new life in America. Life on board was a microcosm of society, with each class experiencing the journey in their own way. As the Titanic steamed westward, the North Atlantic remained unusually calm, the sea like glass. Ice warnings had been received throughout the day on April 14th, but not all were relayed to the bridge. Captain Edward Smith maintained the ship's speed, confident in her design and the calm conditions. At 11:40 p.m., lookout Frederick Fleet spotted an iceberg, its massive form barely visible in the darkness. "Iceberg, right ahead!" he shouted, his warning echoing across the ship's deck. First Officer Murdoch ordered the ship to turn hard to port and the engines to reverse. The Titanic began to respond, but it was too late. The iceberg grazed the starboard side, tearing through the hull below the waterline. Water began to pour into the Titanic's forward compartments, dooming the unsinkable ship. The collision sent shockwaves through the ship, jolting passengers and crew from their slumber. As the reality of the situation set in, a sense of urgency and fear gripped the Titanic. Captain Smith ordered a distress call to be sent out. The ship's wireless operators, Jack Phillips and Harold Bride, frantically tapped out the SOS signal. The order was given to uncover the lifeboats, and the crew began the daunting task of loading passengers. Chaos and confusion reigned as the enormity of the disaster unfolded. The women and children first protocol was followed, but with limited lifeboat space, many were left behind. The band played on, their music a haunting soundtrack to the unfolding tragedy. The cries of those left behind echoed across the icy water as the Titanic broke apart and sank. At 2:20 a.m. on April 15, 1912, the Titanic disappeared beneath the waves, taking over 1,500 souls with her. In the aftermath of the sinking, stories of heroism, sacrifice, and tragic loss emerged. The women and children first protocol resulted in a disproportionate number of men perishing. Among the survivors were Molly Brown, a socialite who took charge of her lifeboat, and J. Bruce Ismay, managing director of the White Star Line. John Jacob Astor IV helped his pregnant wife into a lifeboat but went down with the ship. Benjamin Guggenheim, dressed in his finest attire, chose to face death with dignity. The band, led by Wallace Hartley, continued to play until the very end. The sinking of the Titanic had a profound impact on the lives of those who survived. Many carried the physical and emotional scars of the disaster for the rest of their days. The tragedy also prompted changes in maritime safety regulations. As the Titanic sank, distress calls reached other ships in the vicinity. The RMS Carpathia, under Captain Arthur Rostron, raced to the scene, arriving around 4 a.m. The Carpathia's crew worked tirelessly to pull survivors from the lifeboats. In the days following, other ships were dispatched to recover the bodies of the victims. Many bodies were never recovered, lost to the depths of the Atlantic. The disaster underscored the need for improved maritime safety regulations. For over 7 decades, the Titanic lay undisturbed on the ocean floor. In 1985, a joint American-French expedition led by Dr. Robert Ballard located the wreck using sonar technology. The discovery of the Titanic, 2.5 miles below the surface, captivated the world. Remotely operated vehicles were deployed to explore the wreck, capturing stunning images and video footage. These discoveries provided valuable insights into the events surrounding the sinking and the lives of those on board. The discovery marked a turning point in maritime archaeology. It also sparked a debate about the ethics of salvaging artifacts from the wreck. The sinking of the Titanic remains one of the deadliest peacetime maritime disasters in history. The tragedy prompted significant changes in safety regulations, including the establishment of the International Ice Patrol. The disaster also led to improvements in lifeboat regulations. The Titanic's story continues to fascinate and resonate with people around the world. Books, films, and documentaries have explored every aspect of the disaster. The Titanic serves as a poignant reminder of the fragility of life and the importance of human connection. The Titanic's story continues to inspire, educate, and remind us of the enduring power of the human spirit.